Banish fat for good. There is a new procedure that can eliminate that is cellulite. Dr. Daniel Shapiro is here to tell us a little bit more about Cellulaze. Am I saying that right?
Cellulaze. That's the name of the
Cellulaze.
laser.
So what is Cellulaze?
Cellulaze is a pretty big deal. It is the first FDA-cleared device, laser, that really treats cellulite in a long-term kind of fashion.
Okay, so it's a laser. How does it work?
Well, cellulite is in almost all women. It's about 90% of women over the age of 13 or 14, and there's nothing that really has treated it consistently with long-lasting results. So Cellulaze is a laser that actually goes beneath the skin that treats the three components of cellulite that really need to be treated to get rid of it. And basically, a small hole is made about the size of a pen tip in the skin, and the laser probe goes beneath the skin, and I do three main things with that laser. I take down some of the fat that causes the bulges. I release the fibers that cause the dimpling, which is a really big deal. We've never been able to do that before.
Okay.
And the last thing is I use the laser to tighten up the skin so it decreases the laxity and makes the skin smoother.
So is it comfortable? I mean, she looked like she was just kind of just laying there. And
yeah, people get some oral pain medication and some sedation, but it's done in the office. People go home right after, wear a garment for about 3 weeks, and most patients are back doing whatever they need to do the next day.
I want to talk about, I really don't want to talk about my cellulite, but I do want to talk about my cellulite in that when you look at it, how come it looks different on some people? Some people have extreme dimpling.
Right.
Do we have maybe like different layers of it?
Well, it's the luck or the unluck of the draw, is that it's really based upon what your connective tissue is like, and it tends to be genetic. So depending upon how tight your connective tissue is, that is how well fastened it is to the skin, that will kind of tell you whether or not you get dimpling.
Let's look at a diagram, because
Sure.
sometimes I learn when I see it just right there in front of me. And if we look at a diagram of cellulite in the skin with it, then you're going to be able to walk us through and tell us precisely how this works and then where you kind of do the laser treatment.
Well, the diagram shows cellulite in a woman, and it's very important to understand that in women, as opposed to men, the fat is oriented vertically. So that means that there are columns of fat that are separated by connective tissue that are labeled as septae there.
Okay.
So what Cellulaze does is it reorients that fat. So it takes down the layer of fat so you don't see the bulges, and then it actually cuts through those septum and allows them to heal in a more horizontal fashion so you don't see the dimpling anymore.
I want to see how it's worked on actual patients. So if we take a look at a before and after, we're going to see where you talked about that third component of Cellulaze was
about the
skin smoothing and tightening, and I think this is
well,
complete evidence of that.
This is actually showing, this diagram shows that it works in almost all kinds of cellulite. People will present to me, and I've never been able to treat them before, none of us have, with the mattressing or orange peel kind of skin, and that's a less severe kind of cellulite. And then when you start getting the dimpling and the bulges, that's a little bit more severe kind of cellulite. It deals with all of that. So it takes down, if you look at the grade 3, you see some bulges and dimpling. It will take care of that. So the before and after are very impressive, and the people always ask me.
Is that on a thigh right there?
That's on a thigh, the posterior lateral thigh, and that's really where most people it bothers them. So here's somebody who's got the bulges and the dimpling, and the photo shows results at 6 months to a year. We now are seeing results about 3 years out, and they're really great.
So it lasts for up to 3 years?
It lasts. We don't know forever, but we're saying long term now, and nothing else has done this before, so it's incredibly promising.
Well, I know people are going to want to find out more information, because if you look at that last picture, we could have started with that last picture I was in. So here you have a Cellulaze event that's taking place tomorrow.
Tomorrow evening at our office at 5:30.
Anybody can come. There's no fee to go. You can just go and meet Dr. Shapiro and his staff out there, see his beautiful facility, your office that you have out there, and they're going to welcome you and answer all the questions that you may have. Here's how you can get out there. It's Shapiro Aesthetic Plastic Surgery. That's located at 5410 North Scottsdale Road in Paradise Valley. You see the number right there on your screen. It's 480-451-1700, and you can also check out his website for lots more information at ShapiroPlasticSurgery.com.